Man, it seems like I haven't seen you for like a month.
It's been a while. I think it has been about a month.
Yeah, I was looking at our podcast. I think our last one was June 6th.
Well, looking at me, I mean, you can tell I've came out of the wilderness.
Yeah, it looks like you just came out of a cave, maybe.
Yeah.
So, how's everything been going?
Been going good. Just very busy, but everything's going really well. Pretty excited about the Reds. I mean,
Oh my goodness. Well, in case you didn't know, this is Tom Foolery and Smitty. If your if your sport has balls, then we got the balls to cover it. I think that's
you're
how our
damn
logo
right.
goes. It's been so long since I've had to say it. I'm a little out of
Yeah,
professional touch here.
I was supposed to say it, but then I got to start talking about the Reds and got all excited, so I couldn't.
Well, how can you not talk about the Reds for one thing? Our
Oh
last
yeah,
podcast, I didn't even know half the roster. Now I've been listening to them, and they've been on fire since our last conversation. I'm like,
yeah. And I mean, up 5-1 tonight.
yeah, I'm gonna have to eat crow. I said I didn't think Joey Votto would help this team. I thought he would just take a young bat out of the lineup. Man, was I
He's
wrong?
he's fit right in. Yeah, I was wrong too. Of course, it's been a month. I had a kind of change of heart about it. But I mean, before it happened, I'm not trying, but we both got some crow to eat on that one. But I got to thinking about it. I'm like, he got drafted by this organization in 2002, so he spent half of his life with this organization.
Yeah,
So I got to thinking, and I just thinking back, I'm like, if he would come up and was in the way, he probably would have been the first one to step aside.
I agree. And I also thought the Reds would do him a favor and trade him to a contender. But when you bring him up and you're already in contention, then it's really
Yeah,
hard to trade him.
yeah, and I think, I think this energy of this team is helping it out a lot too.
Well, most of these guys probably were like kids watching him when he
Oh
was
yeah,
like MVP year. I think they went over that. Like, was it 2012 he was MVP?
2010,
Yeah. Ellie De La Cruz would have been like 11
8 years
or
old.
something.
He'd been 8.
Yeah. So it's like getting to play with your hero. And I love how
Yeah.
he's embracing Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh
I
yeah.
seen him on a post game interview, and he's like, I got my hat on backwards and my jersey's untucked. He's like, this is what's hit now. He said, now me and Ellie's going to go back to the hotel room and play video games till 7. He said, that's what these young kids do.
Yeah. And there was I loved it too. There was a picture of him and Ellie in the dugout looking at the iPad.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm telling you, and I don't think they need to trade anything. There's just enough. The starting pitching is out there is not worth it.
No.
Getting Green and Lodolo back in August.
I'm not the greatest with names, but what's the kid in the minor leagues that they're expecting might come up this year too?
I don't think there's another pitcher.
No,
Really.
there's another player. I thought
Oh,
another.
Encarnacion Strand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah, they're
what's your
trying to get
thoughts
him
on
some
him?
reps. Well, I mean, just he's just as impressive at the plate as McLean and De La Cruz. But he played. They're trying to get him some reps in the outfield.
They're going to
I'll
have to
tell you
move the
what.
position.
I'll tell you what. Though, I'm sick of Kevin Newman.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, he hits in the double plays. He had a good at bat. Did have a good at bat the other night, but he hits in the double plays. I don't know. David Bell's got a man crush on him for some
But
reason.
doesn't he have a high on base percentage? Like, I thought he did well in the leadoff hole.
No. PJ Friedel's the leadoff guy.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, Kevin Newman. And then, I mean, Ellie De La Cruz, he hit a 455-foot home run tonight.
yeah.
That's
And
his second longest
his
of his
second
major league career.
longest.
Yeah, of his major league career.
I think my fear was that Votto coming up was going to take at bats from Steer. Like, Steer wasn't going to be able to see the playing field.
But
That's
he's
what I didn't want to happen, but they really have went that direction.
yeah. Have to. Oh, this is tough. But David Bell's done a pretty good job with the lineup.
Man, I will eat some crow on David Bell because I really didn't know his managerial style. But man, this is an aggressive team. I mean, they steal bases, they bunt,
Yeah.
they take extra bases.
Well, they've stolen more bases this season than the last 2 seasons combined. They've already stole over 101 bases, and it's July. It's not even the All-Star break yet.
Yeah. Now, do you think that's just because? Do you think David Bell always wanted to do that, or somebody with?
It's the first base.
Fix my dog.
Okay.
If it's not your cat, it's my dog.
I got
where were we at on it?
But no, House, the first base coach, he's also he became the running game coordinator this year.
Yeah.
And he's instilled all this through spring training and onward. Because if you notice, they weren't quite ready the lineup's completely different at the start of the year too, but they weren't nearly as aggressive at the start of the year. So everything was still getting implemented.
And I like how they don't let up. Because I mean they can't, but I mean the other night I think it was the 8th inning and they were up like 8-5 or 8-4, and they're still stealing bases.
Oh yeah, they're keeping the foot on the team's throats. I mean this is a legitimately good baseball team now.
Yeah, and I was really worried about the pitching, like especially the bullpen.
Yeah, I'm still worried about it, but getting Law back is going to help. TJ Antone's getting on his way back. They'll get some bullpen help there. Diaz needs some rest. I really wish they would have picked somebody else to go to the All-Star team.
Yeah.
I really do. But
well, I think Ashcraft, isn't he?
Ashcraft's dealing tonight. He's only given up 1 run.
But didn't he break some kind of record for rookie, or was that Ashcraft?
No, Andrew Abbott.
Oh yeah, Abbott.
Yeah, Andrew Abbott's the best pitcher on the staff. There's no doubt. He's proven it. He's got 4 pitches and he knows how to use them all effectively. That's amazing.
That is what we call pitching.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's amazing for a rookie, though. And then we get Green and Lodolo back in August. So that's basically like they're not world beaters yet, but they're just as good as anything else we were probably going to be able to get without giving up too much. There's no use to trade these guys yet. We got club control for another 4 or 5 years.
That's going to be the problem when it's time to pay all these guys.
Yeah, well, that's why they got to keep building up. They got to keep paying attention to the farm system and reload instead of rebuild.
And that was my thought about like the Dodgers and some of these teams. I was like, it's so frustrating because they can trade away all their assets and then let's train them, and then they know they can buy them back in free agency when they need them.
Yeah. Yep. It's rough. I mean, like I've said numerous times, I don't buy the small market bullshit, but it is what it is. That's how this team's going to use their money. So,
yeah,
it's a moot point.
But at some point, you got to spend some money. I mean, if you're an owner,
you have to. And I think in the offseason, I think they'll go out and I really think next offseason, because the payroll is not going to be affected that much. I honestly think they will go out and get a one more starting pitcher.
Yeah, I think you're right. So
I think they will, because the window, there's about a 4-year window we have.
What about the lefty Cuban reuniting with the Reds? I've heard that rumor.
Oh no, he where did he go? Damn it. He's already been traded.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, I want to say
That
the
would have been a
Giants.
nice pickup.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look real quick because
All righty, we got time to Google it.
Texas. He went to the Rangers.
Oh, okay. Like they needed some help. They're
Yeah.
like the whole all-star team.
I know.
So
Yeah, he went to the Rangers.
that brings us to our sponsor spotlight, TNT baseball performance. Who's been your top performer? It doesn't really have to be baseball since our last discussion.
Oh, well, it's going to be baseball, and it's probably going to be, it's just got to be just for the impact he's had, let alone he's putting the numbers behind the twos, Ellie De La Cruz.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
My TNT baseball performer, top performer, and you can find us. We do hitting, pitching clinics on Facebook.
These guys know their
in
stuff.
Southern
They know their
Ohio.
stuff. I highly recommend.
Yeah. Larry Johnson, and you kind of pointed that out to me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
Big Justin Scott.
going up and stealing one from the team up north.
He was going to commit. He was going to commit to Michigan after his official visit there. And Coach LJ, he went on his visit to Ohio State. He got coached up by LJ a little bit, and LJ sat him down, and he already had a plan for him. And he said that's what swayed him in the other direction. He is the highest rated defensive tackle prospect for Ohio State in the modern recruiting era.
Wow. That's
not defensive end, defensive tackle.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't had a huge amount of tackles that I guess were super name brand. But
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Michael Harris should be. Man, we're having a hell of a July.
Yeah, I know.
It's only the
5th. So you researched that a little bit. Tell me a little bit about this kid, the Ohio State.
Stud, like I said, the highest rated defensive tackle prospect in the modern recruiting area. Of course, it's a moot point if you don't develop, but he's in love with what they're doing at Ohio State. Probably saying it. I mean, I don't know. Probably I think the NIL is improving too. There's a couple foundations.
So. And I think Brian Day is starting to pull like the Urban Meyer. Like if I got a 1A and a 1B, but 1B wants to go to Michigan, then we're going to go after him hard. But it sounds like this was a Ohio kid that you really didn't want to lose, from what I'm gathering.
Yeah, when he also had Miami and Georgia, so we beat out. I mean, we beat out some.
Yeah, top talent. Yeah. Now, isn't there another fringe kid, a cornerback from Ohio?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I've been mostly focused on Scott. So,
okay.
Because
I just think this 2024 class I'm hearing is the first year that there's 2 Ohio quarterbacks that Ohio State offered, which is rare.
Yeah.
And one of them already committed, so that means the other one's probably going to Michigan. Or the team up north.
Most likely. Probably going to a team up north. I'm ready. I'm just ready.
So is the job McCord's?
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes. I mean, we might see them both early on. I mean, they open up with Indiana.
And here's my pitch to Brown. That's the backup, right, Brown?
Yeah.
I'm going to sit him down with our schedule, and I'm going to be like, you might get almost as many reps as McCord. Most of these games are going to be over by halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go over like, here's all the game time quarters that you're gonna get I can't guarantee you, but I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
you're gonna have. And if you transfer out, you're gonna be in the exact same situation. You might go to a team that's not gonna be blowing teams out by the third
Yeah.
quarter.
Oh, Brown will transfer. He could transfer to a lower tier enough team where he'd be the starter.
Do you think he will?
Well, that just remains to be seen. I mean, it's at least 50-50 anymore, just the nature of it nowadays.
I think my mindset, if I'm Brown, is that every starting QB under Day as head coach has been a #1 draft pick.
Yeah.
Were you keeping box score over there?
No, I'm just jotting stuff down.
Oh, okay. So I guess that'll kind of take us into our next. How's the Reds doing, by the way?
Up 6-1. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Top of the 7th. McLean's up to bat.
McLean's been on fire.
Yeah, he's solid. He's due because he's 0-4. So
now, do you think LA De La Cruz's natural position will be center field?
no, it's going to be third base or shortstop.
Okay, but McLean plays shortstop, right?
Yeah, so he might be a third baseman. McLean can play second as well, but they got Jonathan India, and McLean's probably already better defensively than India.
Now isn't that where they got Newman from to play shortstop?
Yeah, but he just needs to be. Yeah, he can't hold. He's not even in the top. I don't know. He's the 12th best player on that team.
So if we brought up the Encarnacion, is that his first name? If we bring him up,
Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Do you think he would take Newman's spot?
Yeah, but he's a first baseman. That's the thing there.
Oh, yeah, we're kind of loaded there.
Yeah, they're trying to get him reps in the outfield, but we're kind of loaded there too.
Yeah.
It's just tough to find a spot for him right now, but they will eventually.
So I take it he must be left-handed then. I don't know anything about this kid.
Yeah, he's left. He's got power plus power. He's working. His patience at the plate's getting better and better. His walk rates went down each month, or it's not his strikeout rate has went down each month.
How old is he?
His walk rate has went up. Huh?
How old is he?
22, 23.
Oh, okay. Like LA De La Cruz range.
Yeah, but he's another stud. Bears full of riches right now.
When we first started this, and I didn't know even the roster of the Reds, I didn't think that we would be having this discussion going into the All-Star break.
No,
that we would be in first place.
Well, they open up. They start out 7-15. Think about that.
So what changed? The running game coordinator bringing up LA De La Cruz.
Yeah, and bringing up McLean before De La Cruz. They were getting hot. The Brewers series was a bummer, but they were pretty hot before that. And then they went on that run after the Brewers series.
Well, we really need. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but we got to win the Brewers series from here on out.
Oh yeah, and it starts this weekend.
Yeah, we got to start burying them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because the rest of the Central's not very good.
No. And I mean, we have to. We're capable. We played the Braves neck and neck, and the Braves are the best team. I don't care what the Rays record is right now. The Braves are the best team in baseball.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I don't care about and beat them once and have both other games as 1 run.
Yeah, and they were. I mean, we were competitive. We were aggressive. I mean, we almost looked like a mirror image of them.
Yeah, we weren't. There was no intimidation there.
No.
They
didn't walk in there and expect to just get walked on.
No. That was That first game was probably the best baseball game I've seen in quite a while. Maybe one of the top 10 baseball games I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
That was.
So what made it the best for you? Like, what parts did you like?
The back and forth. Can you top this? I mean, it was kind of a coming out party for this team, even though they've been on that winning streak anyway.
But they don't back down from anybody.
Yeah,
when you get them down, it's not like they just like, we're gonna lose another one and go.
Yeah, and that's why they got down 4-0 after the first inning.
Yeah,
in that game, this team, it was just kind of backed up. It just gave them some legitimacy that I think it shocked people, and that it's kept getting up and getting up and getting up and getting up, and it was
like a great heavyweight fight.
Yeah,
it's like at the end of the day, somebody had to win it. But if you asked Atlanta, hey, do you want to play Cincinnati in your first series, the wild card, they would say no. Hell no.
No. They don't want that smoke. I'm telling you, man.
And these guys are just continue. The rookie pitchers will continue to get better. Of course,
and they keep pouring it on, just like tonight. They just keep coming. They just keep adding 7. They're up 7-1.
But they don't get comfortable with the lead either.
No.
And they don't get up 2 up or 2 down. They just play the same. So that's where we got to eat some crow on David Bell. Like, whatever he's done to get this team to perform the way it's performing.
He's still got a punchable face. But you're right. So, I've never seen the guy smile.
Well, maybe that's the secret.
I don't know. I mean, do you think he's outlaw Josie Wales? I mean, I don't know, but no, I gotta give. All kidding aside, he's done a great job with this roster.
I mean, he swept Dusty Baker.
Well, battle of the minds there.
Like the picture, not pitcher. Is it Acuna, the little small guy? No, he's for the Braves. Who's the little guy for the Astros?
Oh, Jose Altuve.
Altuve standing next to Ellie De La Cruz on second base, and he comes to like his nipple.
Yeah.
Did you see that picture?
Yeah.
That's great. So that kind of transitions us into our next sponsor, Brickhaven Spa. I call this the doghouse segment. Like, who needs to buy themselves somebody a gift card because they're in the doghouse for an all-day spa treat? And again, you can find Brickhaven Spa in Chillicothe, Ohio. They have social media and on Facebook.
Yeah, can't do much better not much better method of getting out of the doghouse than a little spa day for the lady.
Yeah. So who needs to buy a little spa day?
We're going to go in the world of golf. We're going to go with Mr. Justin Thomas.
Oh, man.
He's been missing a lot of cuts lately. He's been struggling. And one of the best players in the world, Ryder Cup's coming up. So he's in my doghouse right now. I'm going to be fading him the rest of the golf season until he proves otherwise.
Trying to think. I didn't put much foresight into this because I wasn't planning on giving my doghouse pick. So maybe we'll come back to that.
I can give another one.
Okay, go ahead. Give me mine. Who?
The match. It was the golf. They do it a couple times a year now. It's usually on TNT. It's like an exhibition match, golfers. But this year, this version of it was Kelsey and Mahomes versus Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So there was no pro golfers involved. It was god awful. I mean,
they at least need to make that a best ball pro.
Something. Well, they need to.
Nobody wants to go watch me and you on TV golf.
No. there needs to be a pro involved. Like,
Yeah.
I know Mickelson's with Liv now or whatever, and the merger and all that bullshit, but the very first one was Mickelson versus Tiger for real money. It wasn't for charity. And then, they did the team stuff and all that, and it was fun. But now it's getting.
Now didn't they have Brady versus Peyton or something, or Brady versus somebody?
Yeah, Brady and Manning.
Yeah, I think they needed to get a best ball 2-man format. I might be saying best ball. What we called best ball at Valley Vista is like both of you hit and you play the most playable ball.
Yeah, because best ball on the PGA Tour would be the best score.
Yeah.
Between the
but both players play the hole.
Yeah, 2-man scramble.
Yeah, 2-man scramble. That's what I'd like to see. It'd be funny to watch Tom Brady hit it over in the woods, but then I don't want to have him have to play that shot. Like, put him back out in the middle of the fairway. Let a pro hit it.
And it's the best part about those broadcasts is Charles Barkley anyway.
Yeah.
He's pretty hilarious, but
I think my doghouse person, now that I'm thinking about it, has to be the Pac-12 commissioner. Like, how are we almost into the middle of July and Pac-12 has no television deal yet?
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to dissolve anyway.
Like, you have no way to make any revenue for your schools whatsoever.
Yeah. It's going to dissolve anyway.
But what do you think the holdup is on the Big Ten taking Washington and Oregon?
I don't know. Maybe they're just sitting back and waiting. I mean, they already got USC and UCLA, so they're probably taking a wait and see approach, see how that works out.
I think they're getting ready to try to strong arm Notre Dame, but they're afraid to do it.
And Notre Dame, it all falls back on the TV deal for Notre Dame. They got their own network.
Yeah, but they still only make $75 million, and if you're in the business, they make $100 million.
Yeah.
And here's what I mean by strong arm, and I didn't come up with this idea. Bo Bishop on Bishop and Friends. The Big Ten just needs to say, like, either come join our conference or you're done playing our teams.
Yeah.
Then you lose the USC Notre Dame rivalry, which that might piss USC off right off the bat. And maybe we can't even do that.
Yeah. I don't think USC would really care.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're coming to the Big Ten, you need to form some new rivalries. Like USC, Michigan, Ohio State, USC. So I don't think we had this conversation. What do you think unrivaled Penn State, the fact that next year will be the first year they don't play Ohio State since they came into the conference?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think for a while there, they became even a bigger. They were more for a good many years. They were a bigger threat than Michigan. So they were. I mean, Michigan's always that team.
Yeah, but they almost became our rival because Michigan got so bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They became the game you circled on the calendar. You wasn't even worried about if you're going to beat Michigan a lot of years.
Yeah, no, you had to worry about Penn State. You had to worry about getting through Penn State.
Yeah. And they didn't beat us a lot. We've kind of been the thorn in their side. So they're probably like, well, we're not going to put Ohio State as a rival. We don't want to play them every year.
Yeah.
So now they became kind of like the independent with the Big Ten schedule. Like, yeah, just play us against anybody, whoever you want. Like, don't lock us into anything. Yeah. Which was a smart move by them, I think.
It works. It's going to work out for them, I think. They get to avoid Ohio State more often. That's good for anybody.
Now that we're going into the highest, like the Big Ten championship's going to be the first and second team. And then we have 12 teams in the playoff.
Yeah.
I think we need this is going to sound blasphemous. I know. I almost think we could unlock the team up north in Ohio State.
Nah.
So let me give you this scenario. Say we play them the end of the year, they beat us. Now we would never play. Oh, then we're still ranked 1 and 2 in the Big Ten. Then we got to play them in the Big Ten championship. Then we beat them. Then we get in the playoff, and then we play again. We could play Michigan like 3 times in a year.
That could happen, yeah.
And I think that's going to happen with a lot of rivalry.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I mean, the SEC's already played each other twice a bunch. So you start adding that 12-team playoffs, you're going to start seeing teams play each other like almost 3 times in a row.
And everybody will be all for it. What's the highest rated rivalry in baseball?
Yankees and Red Sox.
How often have they played?
Oh my goodness. Well, ESPN lives off of Sunday night baseball is always Yankees and Red Sox.
Yeah, and it's it's still the highest rated. So yeah.
Yeah, I think every game just adds more attention.
Yeah, more money.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to watch Ohio State, Michigan. They just played last week. Like, everybody's like, oh, we're going to get them this time. Especially if both teams are good.
Ellie De La Cruz just had about 112-mile-an-hour exit velocity double.
Really?
Yeah.
What inning is it?
It's top of the 8th. They're up 7-2.
Of course, I'm still boycotting Bally Sports because I'm not paying $20 to watch the Reds. But I'm getting into 700 WLW, and I like how excited it's about this team and how.
I know.
So what are you watching them on?
Actually, I have Spectrum, so I didn't realize it, but I still have the Bally Sports is still there, so I'm just watching them on Bally Sports.
Now, is that a channel you have to buy separately?
I think it's part of like the TV package I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got the sports package.
See, I had to have the Bally's app because I didn't have any kind of live.
Yeah. And then, so of course the Reds, and then the Red Zone channel for football season. I love that. I like that.
So, did you get into the NBA draft at all?
No, I just know that French kid, or is he French? Victor Wimbo.
Yeah,
that went to Spurs.
Went to the Spurs.
Yeah, I've heard of him, but no, I didn't really.
Well, Ohio State had a player that went, I think, to the Pacers.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And I know you don't get into basketball much. The Cavs made a couple moves, got a shooter.
Yeah.
Got the 3-point threat. Sent a couple players out. Denny Osman, gone.
I really thought they'd make a run in the playoffs.
Well, Donovan Mitchell's got some reputation to rebuild because right now his reputation is that he checks out in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to change that narrative.
Yeah, and we didn't have a first-round pick, so we didn't really gain too much. I think we got a kid out of like Eastern Michigan in the second round.
You never know.
So you got the John Deere Classic coming up.
Yeah.
Have you been swinging any crooked sticks?
Oh yeah, I've got to play a couple times. Actually, me and Mr. Boggs were playing his brother and Ryan Martin.
Valley Vista?
No, Buckeye. Hole 12 at Buckeye. Me and Joe are about 130 yards out. I hold out with a 9-iron for eagle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had an eagle.
I've had a couple.
No, I haven't. I've watched an eagle. I've seen somebody make a hole-in-one on a par 3.
I've holed out a couple times for eagle. I've never made an eagle putt. But I've been on par 5s on 2 a few times, but I've never made an eagle putt. But I've holed out a couple times for eagle. First time it was 83 yards with the sand wedge. And then this time it was 130-yard 9-iron.
I think we're going to spread out and have a different business. But TNT Baseball Performance is also going to be TNT Golf Performance, and we're about to put a $16,000 golf simulator in.
That's going to be beautiful.
And we want it to be like, it's in a big warehouse, obviously, but we want to almost set it up like a ski resort look.
Yeah.
Where you got like couches and like a fireplace, so you're waiting around, but you feel like you're in like a comfy spot
Yeah.
for winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we're kind of like looking at the modules that they have on the internet from the company we want to buy from. That kind of looks like the look, like have a bar, but we probably won't get a liquor license. We'll probably have like a donation type bar, just like BYOB or something like that.
Yeah.
But just like a cozy setting to play golf in. And these simulator carpets are like huge. I didn't realize.
I know. Yeah. I've played simulators. It's great. It's a great way to get swings in during the winter.
Well, here's my question, because I asked this question via text and the answer didn't make sense. How do you putt?
There'd be like a little infrared. You can get like it's like a putting mat.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll come with the software. It'll be compatible with the software, and that's how you putt.
But there's no like contour to it. It's all like straight putts.
Yeah, well, you got to aim it how you would, and the speed how you would on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're putting on the turf, but you still got to aim for like a certain spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's no like hole out there that you're like hitting in and it like goes in a hole.
No.
Gotcha.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. But you would have to have some kind of movable floor where it like automatically shifted to be like the green you're on.
But the best thing about the simulators too, you can like play different courses.
Yeah, and there's like world leaders and all that stuff. We want to get like some leagues going on and like some money, like week leader pots and stuff you can put in, or maybe have pots on certain holes, or you're probably going to have to help me brainstorm some of that stuff, because I'm not a golf
absolutely
is. But since we're on golf, we're going to go Quality Top. If you're looking for a countertop for your kitchen in Southern Ohio, you can reach out to them at 740-626-2803. Just leave a message on the voicemail, or also you can get a hold of them on Facebook. We just started a new page, Quality Top, and they are helping us sponsor our baseball program and our soon-to-be golf program. So they're helping us with the facilities, which is nice. They are not going to charge us any lease or rent for like 5 years.
That's amazing. And the countertop can make the whole kitchen, so it's very important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're solid surface countertops. So they look kind of like marble. But their idea behind it is the more eyes that have to come into basically their factory is almost like an advertisement for them. And then they also opted into like a profit sharing, because we said we're not taking any money out of the business in like 5 years. So they're basically like, we'll build whatever you want, and in 5 years, let's see how much money we have to divide, and we'll do it that way. So they decided to take the long-term gain rather than charging us a lease, because the owner understands like the overhead for a startup business is where most businesses fail.
Yeah.
How are the Red Legs going?
Up 9-2 now.
But anyway, our Quality Top golf bets going into the John Deere Classic.
Yeah. Well,
who you got?
It's going to be a John Deere Classic lineup of bets, because no one's really playing in it. Russell Henley, Denny McCarthy are my two top picks. Long shot, I'm going with Eric Cole.
Okay.
He's been knocking on the door all year. So Denny McCarthy.
On the radio, there was another show doing this almost exact same segment. I hope I get the names right, because if you have listened to more than a half an hour, you realize that I suck at names. But their top bet was Cameron Brown. Is that a Cameron
Young? Cameron
Yeah,
Young.
Cameron Young.
I almost went with him, but I think it's going to be Russell Henley's week. Cameron Young's, he's got he's super talented, but he's kind of been struggling a little bit this year. Nothing real bad, but I don't see him getting in the winner's circle with this current form.
So give those to me again, those two names, so everybody.
Russell Henley, Denny McCarthy, and Eric Cole.
Gotcha. All right. I'll see if I can get some money in my FanDuel account and get down with that.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can win me another $430.
The big one's coming up, the British Open. Well, the Open, but I call it the British Open. So,
well, yeah, I think you and the majority of everybody else calls it the British Open.
But yeah, that's coming up.
So, did we catch up on anything? You got any other new news you need to put out there?
Not really. Just go Red Legs.
Man, they're exciting.
Fun.
I really wish more would have made the All-Star team other than Diaz, but
yeah,
it'll be all right.
Steer really should. Steer's numbers, he should have definitely made it. I just wish Diaz wasn't going. I don't want him to pitch.
Yeah, maybe he won't.
And Ellie turned down the home run derby.
See, I heard something about they had 2 slots left.
But he said he wanted to work on
him to do it.
He said he wanted to work on his development to help the Reds win right now.
You can't argue with that.
No, there's got to. I mean, it's just this kid's too good to be true. It's unbelievable.
Here's one last point I want to bring up since we've been running the baseball clinic. I never remembered a time in my baseball career when somebody had to teach me how to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I have kids, I kid you not, in probably 5th grade that went pitching lessons, and we have to start with just basic fundamentals of how to throw a baseball.
What in the world?
Like, Little League coaches, please. Well, now they have all these accelerated schedules. See, when I was a kid, we practiced 3 days a week, and then you play like maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Now they practice like once a week, and they play like 3 times.
Yeah.
So all your bad habits just get worse, and nobody has time to fix anything.
Yeah.
And then these travel teams expect polished players.
Oh, yeah, that's what they want. Yeah.
So who's polishing the player? High school baseball, is a blur. It's like a month long.
Yeah.
And most of the time, the high school coaches are focused on just putting in like their defensive system. Like, here's what we do first and third. Here's, this caller, this number.
Yeah.
Here's, here's where we're at on this. And just trying to get like defensive alignment and get some of the rust knocked off and get some of the pitchers' rust knocked off. Nobody has time to teach individual fundamentals. No. And these travel teams are playing 60, 70 games a year. And they expect polished players. And at TNT Baseball Performance, we're kind of like, well, who's teaching the individual skills? Like, no coach has time for it now, the way it's set up. That's kind of what we started. But then we originally, because it's going to be AI, data driven, like give you a bunch of feedback eventually when the computer's built. But we can't even get there because we get 5th graders and we literally have to like teach, like, okay, you got to have your arm all the way back. The ball has to end up backwards at some point in time. And then you have to come forward. Like,
I don't understand. How does that? I mean, I get it I get what you're saying with the coaches not having time, but how do you grow up 5th grade? What are you, 10 or 11 years old and not know how to throw a baseball? Oh,
no clue. And then you got kids that are like facing you, like don't even know how to like get sideways. So then their hips are gone automatically. Yeah. And then they're just like shot putting the ball. You're just like, oh my goodness. It's like, why don't you just start with throwing? Like, if you have a kid that can't throw, he can't help you, really.
Yeah.
Like, until they master that, why even work on the rest?
Yeah. That's the most,
It's
I mean, it's the first thing. That's the first thing you do is play catch.
So parents are paying us $20 to $30 an hour just to teach their kid how to throw a baseball.
Yeah.
And these are kids. Then I'm not talking about like your unathletic kid. I mean, usually within an hour we can get them out of it. But it's like, it's not like this kid doesn't have the ability to throw the baseball. He just never learned the mechanics of it. And the other part of it is they've taken dodgeball out of school. They've taken kickball out of school. All the kickball rules, you got to throw underhand. Like, kids have no reason to learn how to throw.
Oh, yeah. Well, and everybody gets it. There's no competitiveness.
No.
It's a microcosm of society.
It seemed like every game you played, you had to know how to throw. I mean, you're out playing wiffle ball with your friends. Like, these kids don't play wiffle ball.
Yeah. And then you figure it out on your own. You get the wiffle ball and you put your finger in different spots and you figure out how to do tricky shit with it.
Oh, yeah. But then you also learn, like, to throw this ball hard, I have to get it as far away from me as possible.
Yeah.
Like, you just automatically start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like long tossing, when you're trying to see how far you can throw, you're like, okay, I got to reach all the way back here and launch it. And I got kids throwing from right here.
It's the pacification of America, man.
The Californication of America is what I call it.
Yeah. Well, 6-1, half dozen of the other. Man.
Yeah, I think the Californication is the pacification.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. 6-1.
But if we all end up like LA and Portland, then there won't even be an American kid in the major league.
No. Wilmington's got a really bad homeless problem too. It's bad.
Yeah.
Per capita for the population we have over I think 400 homeless.
That's craziness.
Yeah.
But man, I'm sorry for a short show. It's kind of
no
for us. We got the Reds. I'm exhausted.
Get back in the groove.
Yeah, we got to get back in the groove. We always forget to plug our Twitter handles. You can find me at Smitty at JDog Media. And you're at Chops480, right? On Twitter.
Chops480 and Talk Tomfoolery. And
Talk Tomfoolery. And also we have our webpage, www.talktomfoolery.com. Hopefully we get the writing scene when life slows down for us a little bit.
Yeah.
I really want to write a piece about how wrong I was about Joey Votto.
Yeah, I was dead wrong on that.
And I hate to keep beating this in the bush, but I want to beat this in the ground, but I want to. It almost acts like this young club's rejuvenated. Like he's just jumped in with the culture that they had. Like I don't want to take anything away from him. I'm just going to try to like be the cool uncle. And
it's what he's doing. I mean, he fit right in.
And he might be one of the best 6-hole hitters in the NL Central.
Oh yeah, he is the best 6-hole hitter in the NL Central. He's 3 for 4 tonight. He had a home run. He had a home run. He had a home run. Then his exit velocity's been over 100 miles an hour.
The other thing I wanted to put you back on is, do you think Jonathan India should be leading off? Why are we keeping him in the 3 and 4 hole with his stroke?
I don't know. I think he should be leading off, but TJ Friedel's done an awfully good job too. The thing is, I don't like India in the 3 hole, but yesterday he hit 2 home runs. He's hitting the ball hard tonight, so he might have just been in a slump.
Yeah, anyway. That happens. So you got to give David Bell some credit on that.
Yeah, because India's been raking the last couple games. He's got to stop. He hits into a lot of double plays as well, though.
I was really hoping that Bell would kind of fail this year and then that'd force us to go get somebody. But now he's almost like got his job security out of this.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
So now I'm like, well, maybe I was wrong. Like maybe
Well, he's
they're all
still
outside.
he still falls in the there's still times where he very severely overmanages.
What do you mean by that?
Well, just you know, pinch
Like
hitter after
pulling
pinch hitter
pitchers
after
too
pinch hitter.
early.
Yeah, pinch hitter after pinch hitter. Like he pinch hit the other night. He pinch hit Kevin Newman for Votto.
But some of that is not data driven. I think some of that is clubhouse relationship. Like, hey, I got to get this guy some at bats.
Well, it could be. I don't know, but he does it a lot. He overmanages a lot.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm
very shocked. I'm very shocked and very impressed because he loves the platoon. I'm very shocked and very impressed that he's giving McLean and Dela Cruz at bats every day.
Yeah.
So I'll give him that.
So what inning we're in?
Up 9-2. We're in the top of the ninth.
Do we need to keep this going until we hear the? Now here's the other one.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think 9-2. We're pretty safe.
Yeah. Now does Marty Brenneman own the rights to say this one belongs to the Reds? Because I noticed on 700 WLW you don't hear that phrase anymore.
I don't know if he owns the rights. I don't think Marty's the type of guy that would actually do that, but no one else better ever say it.
Yeah, it's like his trademark. Like, yeah I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, no other announcer
like
better ever say
it. Probably.
Like I'll still say it. I'll be like, and this one belongs to the Reds. That's different though. If I was a radio, and if I was lucky,
I always think it though. That's how ingrained Marty Brenneman is in your head.
Oh yeah, every time they win, it's in my mind. But if I was ever, it's never going to happen. But if I was ever play-by-play announcer for the Reds, I would never say, and this one belongs to the Reds. I would never ever say that.
If I'm Marty Brenneman and this team's like making a late run, I'm coming out of retirement to call some games.
He won't do that. I wish he would. I really do.
But
I miss Marty terribly.
Yeah, I'm with you. But all right, man, we'll get this out.
Sounds good.
I think we covered about everything.
Yep.
And good seeing you again. Glad we got something recorded.
We're gonna keep recording. We're gonna be. Yeah. We ain't going anywhere, folks. Life just gets a little busy sometimes.
Yeah. All right. See you, man. Good night.
Night, brother.